Alright, what is going on, everybody? It's Matt and the Bomb with Nabs Fight Media coming at you guys with another video. You guys already know what time it is. It's time to bring on that boxing. Today we're going to be talking about Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. You know, it's a finalized fight for, I believe, April, they're saying. So it's going to be a junior middleweight fight or a super welterweight, whatever you guys want to call it. So eventually what they're trying to tell us is it's taking place at 154 so that these guys don't have to make weight at 147 pounds. But obviously we knew that Errol Spence was eventually going to go to 154, excuse me. It's going to be an interesting fight because Keith, you know, he hasn't been in the ring in a while. Last time we saw him was against Mario Barrios. What was that, over a year ago, I think? Something like that. And we haven't seen Errol since Yordenis Ugas, not too long ago. But since he stopped, Yordenis Ugas broke his orbital bone. So it's going to be a PBC card, they're saying. So April, I'm assuming in Vegas, or maybe they'll put it in Dallas. I don't think they said the location yet, but that's a good fight. I like that fight. I kind of knew it wasn't going to be Terrence Crawford for Errol Spence. I think that there would have just been too much waiting, and it would have been put at a stalemate. So I think that this is a good fight for Errol Spence. You know, a stay busy fight. Obviously 154 pounds, so he'll get to see how he feels. Weighing literally 154 pounds come, you know, fight night, or at least weigh-in. Sorry, we know that'll probably go over after the the weigh-in day, the day before. But I like this fight for Errol. Not so much for Keith, obviously, because I do think Keith still a very dangerous fighter to be up against. If you're Errol Spence, you can't underestimate him or sleep on him, because like Gervonta Davis said, if you sleep on somebody, they could sleep you, obviously. So Keith definitely has a chance. It just doesn't look good just because, you know, Keith hasn't been in the ring in a long time. You know, that's just something that it doesn't look good, especially if you're, you know, the older guy. Errol Spence is more in his bag. He's more hungry than he's ever been. I think that Errol's gonna, you know, go to the body. So maybe, you know, keep a set tempo in the beginning, but then he's gonna turn it up around the 5th and 6th round, kind of like Gervonta Davis does. So we'll see if Keith Thurman can handle it. I think that Keith will be able to hang in there, and if he lands something big, it could change the course of the fight. But if not, I see Errol Spence breaking him down, you know, with shots to the body, and eventually, you know, putting him away and stopping him, because we know Keith. We know that he's a tremendous boxer. You know, he has a high IQ, but we know one thing for sure is that, you know, he makes lapses in judgment, you know, when he's fighting back. You know, he can't fight going back, and you know, he's a little bit soft to the body. You know, he's kind of gotten that reputation, so he has to be careful, because we know that Errol's work rate is crazy. We know that Errol is going to come to fight, and he's going to go to the body. So, man, Keith's got to be real careful. This could be a really dangerous fight for him, but I think it's his last chance to really make a run for a title. I think that he loses this fight, it's kind of safe to say that you won't be seeing Keith Thurman for a while, unless maybe Terrence Crawford fights him after Errol Spence gets his leftovers. Who knows, obviously, but you know, it's good to see this fight happen. I really didn't think the Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford fight was going to be like next, so it's fine. I'm not mad about it. It was an easy fight to make, I'm sure. You know, going up to 154, the guys don't want to have to make this cut to 147. They're getting older. You know, they're getting at late stages in their career where it's tough to make 147, excuse me, and it's, you know, so it's more reasonable to make 154, shave off those 7 pounds. These guys can come in hydrated and ready to go, get their feet wet in the division, and, you know, have less of a severe cut. So, you know, it's going to be good for Errol. He's going to see how he's feeling at 154. Maybe Terrence Crawford does the same, and maybe we see this fight between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford at 154. We don't get to see them unified in the belts at 147. Maybe I would have liked to see it at 147, because naturally, you know, Terrence is a smaller guy, so I think 147 would have been better. But, you know, I'm sure they walk around, and it'll be, you know, a more healthy cut for both guys at 154, specifically Errol, because I'd say he's a bigger guy for sure. Just physically, and, you know, I think Errol beats Keith. I'm pretty sure he stops him. I'd say 8th round with a body shot. You know, Keith's a great fighter. I'm not counting him out. I'm just saying that's my prediction. I think that Keith has to step on the gas. You know, he can't let Errol get comfortable in that fight, because once he gets in that mode, he's in trouble. But you know, Keith still has that pop. So, you know, we know that the last thing to leave a man is his power. So, you know, let's see if Keith still has it. If he's still that explosive guy, you know, from the Danny Garcia and Sean Porter fights, and you know the latter end of that Manny Pacquiao fight, we could see a good fight on our hands for sure. But you know, it didn't stop Mario Barrios, guy who just moved up to 147, was getting his feet wet. Had his moments, had Barrios hurt multiple times, but this is a different animal with Errol Spence getting in the ring with you. Completely different. So Keith better come ready. It's going to be scary for Keith, to be honest with you. But you know, he's been a champ, so he knows what it takes to beat a guy of this caliber. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, you know, good luck to both guys, and we'll dissect the fight, you know, a little bit more as it, you know, approaches. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence going down April reportedly. Like, they're apparently finalizing the deal, so that's good news. But let me know in the comments who you guys have, Keith Thurman or Errol Spence. The truth. And in what fashion? Do you guys have a knockout, or do you guys have a decision? Let me know in the comments what round, all that stuff, predictions. I'm all ears. So let me know in the comments who you guys have winning that fight, because I think I may be, you know, not giving Keith Thurman enough, you know, enough credit. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace. That's going to do it for another NASFight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.